But what about the negative thought patterns we don't know about? The ones that are operating outside our awareness at the subconscious level. Okay, this is what Dr. Holmes is addressing in that quote. He says that anything functioning at the subconscious or subjective level of our thought can be changed by our conscious, aware, objective thought. It controls. Conscious thought controls subconscious thought. And this is what prayer treatment accomplishes. It's the mechanism by which we, as metaphysicians, as religious scientists, as students of truth, use conscious thought to influence our subconscious. How does it work? I'll let Dr. Holmes answer that. He goes on. It works through the most direct method imaginable. By consciously knowing there is no inherited tendency toward limitation, no race suggestion operating through subjectivity, nothing in, around, or through us that believes in or accepts limitation in any way, shape, manner, or form. That says it all. He's always so clear. There is nothing working against us at the subconscious level so long as we direct it with our conscious thought. So when we talk about positive change, is it really as simple as intentionally lifting our thought to the level of divine perfection? Yes, but there's more, of course. There's always more. There's a fourth step we must take. Dr. Holmes continues. We do not stop here. This is only half the treatment. Practitioners, ministers, pay attention. Any of you who are working with a practitioner, pay attention and make sure your practitioner paid attention. We do not stop here. This is only half the treatment. The conscious state must now provide a higher contemplation. A spiritual realization which says, I partake in the nature and bounty of the all-good, and I am now surrounded by everything that makes life worthwhile. Imagine being right now surrounded by everything that makes life worthwhile. How do we get there? Well, this is where we make the deliberate choice I alluded to earlier. The conscious act of deliberate choice. And this gives rise to our evolution in consciousness. Now, when Ernest Holmes says, provide a higher contemplation, he literally means provide a higher contemplation. He's not being mystical or symbolic or metaphorical. He means provide a higher contemplation. Higher contemplation is our new perspective from the vantage point of truth. And from here, we can imagine what it would be like to right now be surrounded by everything that makes life worthwhile. In fact, while we're here, let's do that. Let's take 3 key areas of life: health, wealth, and love. Those are the biggies, yes? There are others, but those are the big ones, okay? And let's look at these big 3 in terms of truth. Let's start with health. How many of you have ever had a health challenge? Ever in your life? Okay. There's 2 little girls and 1 little boy in here who haven't. But they're babies. Okay? Wellness makes life worthwhile. Vitality makes life worthwhile. And to thrive at this level, we must train our thinking in the direction of truth. If we have been addressing our health in terms of effect, by, say, attempting to cure a disease or lose weight or mend a broken bone, it's time to change our approach. Our work is to be done in consciousness. Our tool is affirmative prayer. Our word of truth spoken in treatment casts out and replaces any erroneous idea, known or unknown, about health. We provide a higher contemplation, a divine idea in which we are right now healthy, vibrant, energetic, and strong. Let's move on to wealth. How many of you in your whole life have ever had a financial challenge? Those babies still aren't raising their hands. Abundance makes life worthwhile. Prosperity makes life worthwhile. To celebrate the good that is ours by divine birthright, we must initiate a new line of thinking that's grounded in truth. If we have been measuring our wealth at the level of effect by, counting our money, guarding our assets, or accumulating more possessions, well, it's time to shift our focus. Our work is to be done in consciousness. Our tool is affirmative prayer. This is call and response, by the way. Our word of truth, spoken in treatment, casts out and replaces any erroneous idea, known or unknown, about wealth. We provide a higher contemplation, a divine idea in which we are right now wealthy, abundant, prosperous, and successful. Doesn't that feel better than a financial challenge? What about love? How many of you have ever had a relationship challenge? If other people just would not enter our sphere, we'd be so easy to get along with. But they do. Connection makes life worthwhile. Sharing makes life worthwhile. And to flourish in our relationships, we have to align our thinking with truth. If we have been addressing love from the level of effect by attempting to attract a partner or eliminate a friend or change a family member, anybody ever done that? Okay. Then it's time to redirect our energy. We're focused in the wrong place. Say it with me. Our work is done in consciousness.
Our work is done in consciousness.
Our tool is affirmative prayer. Our word of truth, spoken in treatment, casts out and replaces any erroneous idea, known or unknown, about love. Right. So what do we do now? We provide a higher contemplation, a divine idea in which we are right now love in action, loving, lovable, and loved. This is much more constructive, isn't it, than dealing with circumstances or situations at the level of effect, at the level of form. We go right to truth. We go right to God, right to spirit, right to source, because life is so much better when we give ourselves over to truth and allow it to express as our health, as our wealth, as our love. And as our joy, as our peace, as our harmony, as our intelligence, as every aspect of our being. That's what it wants to do. And what is our part? Well, as humans, we are very intelligent. We are extremely capable. We're resourceful beyond measure. And we are infinitely creative. But still only to a limited extent, unless we allow those gifts to be sourced and sustained by God, by Spirit, by the one and only originating and sustaining power in the universe. There is a power for good in the universe that knows what to do and how to do it. And by allowing it to do what it does by means of us, we are actively participating in the evolution of our thought and in the evolution of our life and in the evolution of the world. This is what it means to step into a higher truth. And that truth is absolutely wonderful, and so are you, and so it is. Namaste.